Spike, the Hedgehog Who Lost His Prickles by Jean Willis and Jarvis. Spike, the little hedgehog, was as prickly as can be. He went to bed with prickles on, as you can clearly see. But in the night he had a fright. He dreamt about a fox. A scary dream in which he had a lot of nasty shocks. So, filled with fear and trembling, he woke up with a shout. Then, eek! He saw he had no prickles. They had fallen out. He hardly recognized himself. All spineless, soft and pink. I'm in the nude. How rude, he blushed. What will the neighbours think? I need something to wear, said Spike, to stop me looking silly. So he wore a paper lampshade, which was white and rather frilly. Ah, this will do the job, he said. I can go out again. No one will see I'm prickle free. Then it began to rain. It rained upon the lampshade and it made the paper tear. Look at Spike! The rabbits laughed. He's completely bare. Please don't stare, Spike mumbled. Does my bottom really show? You have no prickles, they replied. You're bare from head to toe. Spike was most embarrassed, and he ran off through the wood to find another thing to wear. That lampshade was no good. He found a picnic basket with a china plate and cup, and wore them like a hat and coat to keep him covered up. Off he went, quite confident his bottom wasn't showing. But as soon as the cup fell past his eyes, he cried, "Where am I going?" The china smashed to pieces as he crashed into a tree. You're all bare, barked Badger. You have nothing on, I see. Hedgehogs should have prickles, Badger snorted. Where are yours? Spike scuttled off and muttered that he'd left them back indoors. But on their way he found a holy sock beside a sty. I'll wear it like a smock, said Spike, and give a little smile. It fits me perfectly, he said, and hides my knobbly knees. No one will guess I'm prickleless, although it stinks of cheese. So warm and fully woolly, he went on his merry way, wishing all the animals he met a lovely day. But, to his great dismay, the sock unravelled on a thorn. You're all bare, teased Weasel, as the day that you were born. Oh, please don't tease me, Weasel, little Spike said with a sigh. I don't know why I have no prickles, and it makes me shy. But Weasel said, You'll freeze, a chilly breeze is in the air. You'll catch a cold and sneeze, so please put on some underwear. Spike went red and off he fled. He had no pants or vest. He really missed his Prickles and felt badly underdressed. And just when he believed he couldn't bear it any more, he saw balloons, a great big bunch, attached to Mole's front door. Spike grabbed the string. "They're just the thing to cover me," he said, and he wound balloons around himself from tiny toe to head. "The height of fashion," Squirrel said, "so colourful and round." But as everyone admired him, Spike lifted off the ground. He drifted, shifted by the wind, and floated out of sight. The sun went down, away he blew into the moonlight, over snowy mountains where the wild grey wolves all howl. Over steamy jungles where roaring tigers prowl. Twice around the world he went. He thought he'd never stop. Then he saw his home. He waved, and his balloons went pop. He dropped down to the mossy ground and landed. With a thud, the burst balloons in tatters scattered round him in the mud. "Spike's not bare," his friends declared. "He's sharper than a tack." "I popped all my balloons," whooped Spike. "My Prickles have grown back." So Badger threw a party for him. Everybody came. Prickly Spike no longer had to hang his head in shame. And even when he turned to leave, his friends were very kind, pretending not to see the cupcake stuck to his behind. That was a nice story about a hedgehog and his little journey around the world. I hope you enjoyed that story, and if you did, please join us again for another story. And don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.